What's up, guys? I got a issue here. So we're in the Chevy. The guys are in the Toyota today. I had to take the Chevy because Friday they were calling me because they were freaking out, and they said it was like, it felt like the rear end was shifting, the back end was like just bouncing around or whatever, and it sounded like the rear end was broken from the sounds of it. Because I had some kind of roaring noise, you know, a little bit of roaring back there, but that went away after, you know, we did some service work to the rear end. But so the guys, like I said, they called and they were freaking out. I went and, you know, called a tow truck and all that, and had to go out to the property. I show up, I decided to just move the truck, see if I could move the truck. I was prepared for it. They said it was clanking, like just insane noise. So I go to grab the truck and I put it reverse, and I'm like, oh, it's backing up fine. Put it in drive, totally fine. I'm driving around the apartment complex, perfectly fine. I mean, I even went as far as to, I mean, I did a burnout in the parking lot, you know, power braked it. I could not get any noise. I couldn't get any clunking, any shifting, anything. So I called a couple of buddies of mine that, you know, build rear ends and all that stuff, and you know, one guy was like, it might be the pinion, you know, the pinion's locking up or whatever, because they said the tires locked up and everything. Another friend of mine said that that's probably not the case. If anything, it could be as stupid as, you know, the wheel bearings in the rear end. But it apparently does not do it unless it's got a trailer hooked up to it. Unless it's got that load on it. So my brother, who's a mobile mechanic, he had it for the whole weekend, not find a single problem with it. Took the rear end cover off, there's no metal, no shavings, nothing in the rear end. Took the axle shafts out, no scarring, no signs of wear, just nothing. So this is very, very odd. So I'm actually going to go back to the shop. I just picked it up from him, so I'm going to take it back to the shop, and I'm going to hook this thing up to the trailer, and we're going to go drive it. You know, I can hear right now while I'm driving it, it's not going to pick it up on, you know, on the mic, but there is a tiny roar as it's driving. But I mean, we have like 230,000 miles on here. And the truck still runs strong and runs awesome. But I gotta figure this out, because I can't have one of these trucks down at all. So we're gonna pull up to the shop here, and I'm going to hook this trailer up, and I'm going to keep my fingers crossed that it was a fluke. All right, so we got the truck and trailer connected. We're gonna pull out of here, and we're just gonna go for a joyride. I'm gonna see if I can get it to duplicate this craziness that they were talking about. I have the tow button on. So far, nothing. I mean, I don't feel anything so far. But I'm gonna make a bunch of right turns, because they said it happened when they turned to the right, mostly. So we're turning right. I'm not feeling anything but smoothness. I don't know, we'll see what happens. Hope y'all's day's going good. I had, I mean, just a crappy Friday last week with crap breaking down and all that. What the heck is that dude doing? But everything's good though. We got everything up and running. Oh, I guess what we can do, the pole saw is finished. So let's go drive over to Superior Saw and pick up the pole saw. I left the pole saw there for them to take that head off and everything. So let's go. They said it's ready. So they had to, there's a stripped bolt, or, you know, stripped bolt or whatever. And they ended up getting it off. Let's see what this says. Hold on. Hey, man.
What are you doing with the rear end?
Yeah, I'm driving it right now, man. I had Ferris ripped it apart all weekend. Nothing, no signs of shit. I'd been driving, so I hooked it back up to the trailer and see if I can get it to do it with the trailer on it. So far, it's perfectly fine.
Is that four-wheel drive?
Yeah.
You check your transfer case.
That's what Salim said. So
you better make sure it's full. I mean, because what happens is the oil pump wears a hole in the case, and if it leaks so little, you can't even tell really until it's empty, and then it burns that motherfucker up.
The end was coming out from underneath it.
Yeah, that might be a transfer case. They'll do that. Sometimes they'll make noise, sometimes they won't when they're going out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it could be. I mean, I was just checking to make sure.
Okay, so if it ends up being a transfer case, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you have to, man. I could take it apart, but then we got to order parts, so I don't know what could be wrong with it until we get it apart. That's the problem.
What's the worst case on like a whole transfer case?
Oh, you got to buy a new one, man. They're like $2,300. That's worst case.
Holy shit.
Because junkyard ones are like $1,200 to $1,500. There's no way I will buy a junkyard transfer case at $1,500 and pay them put a couple $100 later.
Oh yeah.
For a few hundred more.
Oh yeah, definitely not. Anyways, yeah, sorry. My friend Tim just called. He's with North Florida Off-Road. That guy's a gear genius. Transfer case, four-wheel drives. That's what he does. He builds them, repairs them, invents them all day long. So he's telling me that it could be something intermittent with my transfer case. That the transfer case, if it's running low on fluid, which my brother just changed all of that stuff, but he said if the pump's going out or like barely leaking and it barely goes low, the transfer case could be acting up. And if that transfer case burns out, I mean, I used to do the whole four-wheel drive thing, but I mean, there's like $2,300, man, for a transfer case. So I'm hoping that is not going to happen. But if it does happen, we'll have to figure it out because the truck's an awesome truck and it's worth fixing. So we're gonna get over here to Superior Saw, pick up the stuff, and what else am I getting from them? I'm getting a pole saw picked up. I swear there's something else, man. But anyways, you know, the pole saws just kind of had some issues on the inside of those, and it was, you know, it's not worth just throwing them away and, you know, replacing them. The engines run amazing, everything's good on it. Just had the axle shaft, you know, the shaft inside of it was being a little funky. They got that all fixed up. They left me a message. They only charged me $58, which is just awesome. I love them. It's the benefit of like having a really good dealer that you go to a lot. That's a really good thing, man. So I'm really keeping my fingers crossed on this. I really don't want to replace anything. I mean, none of us want to replace anything, but like I said, as I'm driving right now, you can hear a little bit of gear roar. It's kind of like the noise a little bit, and it's kind of hard to tell where it's coming from. And you don't hear it as much when you're not towing. But if it's that transfer case, man, that's gonna suck. So I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed. I'm gonna keep driving. I'm gonna pull up here, park. Maybe it'll be different as it warms up too, because it is, you know, a little colder out here. It's like 55 out here. What's up with this weather, man? What, for the love of God? Just craziness. But anyways, maybe as it warms up, it'll start acting up. I don't want it to act up, but I do if it's going to, and I'd rather do it with me right now than with the guys. I'm a tad bit more mechanically inclined than they are, so I'd like to figure it out. But we're gonna pull up to Superior Saw, and well, this guy's blocking the entire freaking driveway because he's awesome. All right, I'm gonna go grab my stuff and we're gonna keep driving around. So yeah, guys, I went and dropped the trailer back off. I just cannot figure this out. If you guys have had any issues with the Chevy, this is a 09 3/4 ton four-wheel drive, you know, fully loaded deal. Love this truck, man. Honestly, the reason the guys drive this instead of the Toyota, the reason that I drive the Toyota as a primary vehicle is because it's definitely, you know, when you get these 3/4 tons and you hit these bumps and, you know, everything, and they're definitely heavier on you when you're driving them. you know, that half ton, that Toyota, that Tundra, I love that thing. It's just easier, you know, kind of like zippier, you know, getting around when I'm not loaded down, and I'm driving, you know, to meet clients and everything. It's definitely easier, and it just feels easier to drive it when I'm running errands, doing irrigation, you know, going to meetings and things like that. So that's really why I drive the Toyota, you know, primarily. But anyways, I went and picked up the pole saw. Everything's good to go. I'm really happy that they didn't charge me, or they charged me hardly crap, you know, to adjust the carburetor, get the RPMs right, fix the shaft in there. 58 bucks, man. $58! Enough to make me holla. Say savings! But I just cannot figure this out. I can't figure it out. I cannot figure this truck out, man. I really wish that I could. And it's so aggravating because here's what's going to happen. Y'all know what's going to happen. You know what I'm about to say. They're going to take this truck tomorrow, and it's going to do it tomorrow. And then they go, oh my God, the whole rear end came off the truck. Boom, boom, boom. And then I'm going to go pick it up. It's going to be perfectly fine. I don't know what it is. Well, man, get over in your lane, buddy. I don't know what it is. I don't know. If you guys have had any issues where it just feels like the rear end's about to break out when you're towing, but when you're not towing, it's perfectly fine. And you've taken the rear end apart, there's nothing evident. Not even a bit of a piece of shaving in the rear end. No scarring, no anything. You know, anything you guys can figure out, you let me know. Let me know. Love to hear your thoughts. Anyways, all right, guys.